So yes, my friend, welcome back again to this video. Thank you for clicking on this video, which is just like a second part to the previous video where we talked about labeling. Yes, in this one, I want us to talk about the danger of familiarity. Yeah, I want us to talk about the danger that familiarity can be. Unfortunately, we live in a community that is used to a certain way of doing things. Yeah, it's used to certain ways of doing things, and so this represents, most of the time, this just becomes a very fixed way, that is so rigid that it makes it really, really difficult for new ways to be introduced. Yeah, which is why I want us to talk about it. Because I will come to realize, I don't know about you, I should think about it. You can think about it and tell me what you think. That most times change is brought by willingness to adopt new ways, willingness to accommodate new ways, that can help actually to bring in some positive change. So when we are so limited to one way of doing things, one way that is familiar, because this is easy, this is what we are used to, this is what everyone does, this is what everyone understands. Unfortunately, we tend to be limited. Yeah. And as I was talking about the danger of labels, like labels and their issues in the previous video, I talked about how people would understand easily what they know. Like if you say, I want to be this, I want to do this, it should be something that have seen, they have known for longer times, for them to know what it is, what it means, and then understand you and accept you. But when you bring in something that they're not used to, it becomes a problem because they don't know it. And even when you try to explain, they do not understand it, and so they kind of don't accept it, because they don't get it. And this is the issue of not being open to new ways. The world is ever changing. I will talk mostly about the work world, like the workspace. Yeah, most people are used to the familiar professions that have been popular, that are known by everyone, that are appreciated and admired by everyone. Yeah. So when someone comes, let me just give a simple example of a waste collector, for example. Yeah, someone expects you to just be this manager, this I don't know, CEO, or this doctor or engineer or whatever, yeah, which is not bad. That is very fine. And I know these are the same professions that have been admired for years and years. And then when someone else comes and say, I want to be a waste collector, probably because I'm very concerned about the environment, people tend to give you this limited respect or consideration because of the type of work that you do. Most people will give you respect based on their title, which is the label, like I said in the previous video, the title that you hold, forgetting that it's not really about the title, but sometimes, and most of the time actually, the impact, depending on every individual's beliefs. So in this video specifically, I want us to talk about the same thing, the title, familiarity, and how that can be dangerous. Yeah, that can be limiting to change, to positive change, introducing positive change around us. So this waste collector will be looked down upon because just of the nature of their work. And even talking about money, most of the time people will think that the title determines the type or the level or the amount of money that you're getting. While this is not always true, you can look around you, you can ask around you. Most people are actually hiding behind these titles. Most people are hiding because that's how the society has, been known. People give you respect, value based on the title that you hold, the title that you represent in the society. Unfortunately, most people are hiding. You ask around yourself. I just want us to actually take time to ask, to talk to people, so that we know that it is not all about the titles and the labels anymore, but what you are doing, the impact, and truly just adopting and welcoming new ways, new works, new type of jobs in the community, that they are there, that we actually ignore or neglect just because of the nature of the work that they are. Yeah. So this is just an example I wanted to give and actually raise our awareness and attention on the limits, the limiting beliefs that we still hold, the very, hyped considerations that we have of titles and labels, giving us this limiting nature, beliefs because of familiarity, because we want to hold on to familiarity instead of welcoming and accepting, accommodating new other ways, and especially letting people do what they feel they would want to do. Of course, depending on the world and the evolution and the modernization, if I could say so, because things are ever changing. So, welcoming new ways, welcoming new ideas, new ways of doing things could actually be a way, an opportunity for us to grow and change positively. I really hope that I've communicated something and I really hope that you pick something. But the major point I want you to go with today is to be open to new ways. Do not be fooled by titles. Do not be fooled by titles. And just be open and allow people to express themselves, to do what they think is their thing to do, and then watch the space. Yeah. And I'm happy that you have been able to go to till the end, and I hope that we keep having this conversation. Individually, think about it. Just feel free, ask the people around you, discover the new things around you, the new ways are happening around you. Do not be limited. Do not be limited. Do not focus on the usual things that are familiar. Feel free to explore, yeah, feel free to try new things and new ways of doing things, and then you see how that can impact your life in the long run. Thank you so much. Welcome back again, and I hope that we keep this conversation even in the next videos to come. Thank you.